Hello and welcome to my North Knit Corner podcast. My name is Anne and I come to you from the south of Norway. This is my little corner of the internet where I talk about yarn and knitting, and I hope that you will join me today and that you will enjoy the content. Happy New Year! I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and that you enjoyed some free time, maybe some extra knitting time. I have, really enjoyed Christmas. It's been quiet because there are still a lot of restrictions and on how many people you can invite into your home and about how many people you can be together in at different places. So things have been quiet. We had a busy schedule planned, but with family gatherings and stuff like that, but everything was cancelled. And to be honest, that's okay. I have enjoyed staying home, being with my kids and my husband, and I've been knitting and I have watched podcasts and Christmas movies and really just been relaxing. And it's been awesome. For an introvert like myself, that's the way I like it. And in the space between Christmas and New Year, in Norway we call it romjul, which is directly translated space Christmas or time Christmas. Yeah, rom space Christmas directly. Sounds weird in English, but that's what we call it. Anyway, in that time I took a deep dive into my yarn stash. I bought myself a book, a notebook, and in here I have written down all the yarn that has a plan, and that's a lot. And all the yarn that's without a plan, and all the the leftovers. What do you call that? Well, the stash I have, or the yarn I have left after finishing projects. So that can be all from like 3-4 grams to a whole skein. Yeah. So I've written it down here. I love to be organized. I love to have a plan. So this year I am prepared. I also have a place in this book that I am going to write down my projects for this year, and when I finish them, what yarn I've used, what needles, size needles, who it's for, what it weighs, how many meters or yards have I used, and stuff like that. So I am ready for 2022. So I hope you will join me when I go through some of this yarn stash of mine today. Yeah, because that's my plan today. Not ordinary podcast today, but like a little bit of a yeah, going through the yarn stash in my North Knit corner. First, I can tell you what I'm wearing. I'm wearing sweater number 15. The design is by My Favorite Things Knitwear, and this is one of my favorite garments that I made in 2021. It's knit in Filcolana Arvetta and Filcolana Tilia, and I love it. I love the arms of this sweater, and it's just so comfy. The combo of Arvetta and Tilia is probably my favorite. So I hope to knit more garments in that combo. Yeah, and I have tried to find out how many things that I finished, or knitting projects that I finished in 2021. I think I have gotten most of it, but I might have missed a project or two. But I knitted 9 sweaters. 1 for my husband, 8 for myself. Ooh. So my closet is packed, to say it mildly, because of course there are some sweaters from 2020, 2019. And if I keep knitting so many sweaters each year, then I have a problem. I need my own big room for knitted sweaters. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I might have to give away some sweaters, and I have given away one of them when I think about it. Yeah, I gave away one sweater to some friends, or to a friend. Yeah, so I might do that. If there are some sweaters that I don't use that much, maybe it's better to give them away to someone who actually uses them. Yeah. Because the knitting for me is not getting the finished garment. It's that as well, but the knitting is the important thing for me. The process, and yeah. So, but I have to say, knitting for myself, that's what I like the best. So I guess, yeah, it's okay. Yeah. But 9 sweaters, 12 tees or singlets, summer tops, 10 for myself, 1 for my sister, and 1 for my youngest boy. 4 no, it's not called that. It's called slipovers. It's called vest in Norwegian. But 4 slipovers for myself, 2 jackets, 1 for myself, 1 for my youngest boy, 5 pair of mittens, only 1 of them for me, 5 hats, 3 shawls, 2 for me, 1 for my mother-in-law, 3 cowls, 8 pairs of socks, 1 bag I have written here, but actually that was crocheted. Yeah. 1 dishcloth, 8 Christmas balls, and 10 small Santa Claus. So if I take the small Santa Claus and say that they were only one thing because they were so small and they're together, I have knitted 62 projects in 2021. So that's a good amount. And most of the stuff is in my closet. Yes. So before I start going through my yarn stash, I can tell you that you can find me on Instagram as my North Knit Corner, and on Ravelry as Strikkekrokenpod. And I have a group there called my North Knit Corner podcast. Yes. So, are you ready? I have bought a lot of yarn last year that had projects in mind. I might have been a bit hasty or fast buying yarn for things I wanted to knit, and didn't really get to knit them because I changed my mind, I found something else to knit, and the yarn was there and I didn't get to them. So my plan is that I will knit the things or these projects this year. So that's why I made a list of all of them, so I can get through them, hopefully this year, because these projects are things I want. I want all the things I have yarn for. So before I get any more on my list, I have to finish these projects. That's a goal at least. But you know, there are so many beautiful things getting designed every day. So it's not easy, but all of these things are beautiful. I want all of these things. So, and I have yarn for all of these projects. So yeah. So that's, yeah. Let's start. Last year, like I told you, I knitted 12 summer tops or singlets, but I had a lot more in mind, and I have yarn for them. And the first is Spring Bloom Tea by Humble Knit. Now I haven't checked if that is a pattern in English, but I think so. I think so. Spring Bloom Tea. It's a beautiful t-shirt, and I want to knit it in this Dalelerke, this beautiful blue yarn. I'm not gonna say any color numbers or anything like that now, because that would take too much time. But I will talk more about these projects as I knit them, so you will see it again. I also want to knit a Molly dress. It's by Wenche and Isabel. It's in this yarn, Dale Lille Lerke. So this is Dale Lerke, Dale Lille Lerke. It's a bit thinner. Let me see. Yeah. And I was so lucky that I won the pattern for Molly dress, and I won 10 balls of this yarn. So I am going to knit this dress for my friend who got a little girl before Christmas. Yeah, so I have to do that soon. I'm also going to knit Chunky Dahlia by Lenit, or Lena Holme Samsø, because I had this yarn in my stash. I bought a lot of it with another sweater in mind, but I knitted a sweater in this in another colorway, Louisiana sweater, and I'm not very happy with the fabric I got, and I am not wearing that sweater so much. I don't like it, actually. So I don't want another sweater in this yarn, but I thought maybe I can use it as together with something else. So I thought about the Chunky Dahlia. So I bought this yarn, which is Viking Alpaca Brise. It's like a blow yarn, I think. Thick yarn. Very soft. So these two together, I think, is going to be a Chunky Dahlia. Not quite sure how the two colors are going to look together, but I have to knit a gauge swatch anyway, so we'll see. But hopefully it's going to be a Chunky Dahlia. Yeah. I am also planning to knit a Friday tee. I was going to knit that before the summer last year, but didn't get around to it. But I bought yarn. Yes, I did. And I'm going to knit it in the Sunday in this beautiful blue color. And the stripe is going to be the white. So hopefully it will be done before spring. I would like to have it done. But as you will see as I talk through all these projects are that there are lots of projects that I really want to have done before the summer or before spring. And I don't think I'm going to make it. But Friday Tea, designed by Petite Knit. Yes. I also bought a lot of yarn because I wanted to knit hats and cowls and mittens for Christmas. And I have done that, but I didn't get around to all of the yarn that I had planned to use for that. So I am going to do that, and I'm going to do that in January now, because there are like in the church that I go to, there are like this raffle. Let me check what it's called in English. We gather, we eat cake, we do contests, we have raffles. I think that's the word. But let me see if Google Translate can help me. Sometimes it can. No. We call it bazaar in Norwegian, but it's just that you can buy raffle tickets and you can win stuff. And the money goes to projects in the church. And I am going to knit. Yeah, that was a lot of talk for to get to that point. But I'm going to knit hats and mittens and cowls as prizes for that. So that's my plan for January, because this is in February. Yeah. So then I have this yarn. It's Drops Lima. I have 2 different colorways in Drops Lima. Yeah. So this is going to be mittens and cowls and hats. I have 350 grams of each colorway. So I have, and also in this Drops Merino Extra Fine, it's also going to be for prizes. So that is what I'm going to do very, very soon. And I am going to knit a shawl in this beautiful yarn from a yarn dyer called Spøtegarn. It's a thin shawl yarn. It's 70% baby alpaca, 20% silk and 10% cashmere. 600 meters on 100 grams. It's going to be a shawl, but I don't know which pattern I'm going to use yet. So if you have a suggestion, I would really love to hear about it. This is so soft. Yes. I hope you think this is okay. Yeah. And that I'm not rushing through it. So as you might see, I had bought a lot of yarn last year with plans, and yeah, and then I bought more yarn and knitted something else. But this year it's a fresh start. We'll try to get through them this year. I am also going to knit the lovely Anna socks designed by the lovely Laura in the Knitting Pickle podcast. Penrose knits in some Filcolana Arvetta. I haven't yet decided which colors, but I have a little bit of a selection here, and I think I have more somewhere else as well. So I'm going to knit them, and I have wanted to knit them ever since she came out with the sock pattern. So it's going to be on my needles this year, hopefully soon. I am going to knit a summer top in this lovely yarn from the Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co. In this merino, 100% merino yarn called Aslan's Mane. It's so beautiful. It's going to be a summer top, but I don't know which one. So again, suggestions. I love it if you write it in the comments below. Chunky patent jacket. I only have the Norwegian name here, but it's called Chunky Patent Jacket. It's by Vitre Design. I believe it's in English as well. It's from her book, En strikkers år, A knitter's year. I'm going to knit it in Drops Charisma in this color. And this yarn I've had for such a long time, so I have to do that soon. Like every other project here. I'm going to knit a summer date top. That was a pattern that I was so lucky to win. It's by Strikkekrokenpod, which is a Norwegian designer and podcaster. She has a podcast in Norwegian in this lovely yarn from a Norwegian dyer called Kvitlamme. This yarn colorway is called Summer Mellow. So this is going to be a summer day top. Not sure if it's in English, this pattern. But check it out on Ravelry and if you're interested. And Summer Sorrel by Woolen Pine is also something that I am planning to knit. This is also, no, this is from Enchanted Forest Fibers. It's a yarn that I bought when I was at the knitting festival in October. And there are 3 different colorways here. She didn't have 3 skeins in the same colorway, so I got 3 that are relatively similar. Yeah, so I think I can fade them into each other somehow. I think that will be okay. Yeah, we'll see how we will do it. But Summer Sorrel, also something I want to knit very soon. Yeah. I am going to knit a Sveig by Caitlin Hunter. It's going to be in this is the main color that I'm going to use. It's also a Norwegian dyer called Garnfeene, the Yarn Fairies. It's colorway Skrapjern. Not sure what that is in English. Yeah, but I'm not sure what I'm going to use in that lace pattern or what, yeah, the structure. It's either this from Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co. It's like a sparkle sock, or this yarn from Spøtegarn, which is also with Stelina. So this or this. Haven't decided. But it's going to be a sveig someday. I am going to knit a little brother's romper by Petite Knit, because I have some friends getting babies. So I am going to knit in the Du Store Alpaca tweed yarn. One in this colorway and one in this. So I have to do that soon because the babies are soon here. So not a lot of time for that. And I'm going to use some leftovers from my golden fern sweater that I knit last year in December. I'm going to knit Just My Striped Socks by Gabes and Kay, and I think it's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's yeah, I think it's free. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to knit them, Just My Striped Socks, in this beautiful yarn from Spøte Garn, which is a little bit of stellina, so sparkling. It's going to be some lovely Christmas socks for Christmas this year. Yes. And I was so lucky that I got a birthday present from my very good friend Lisa. And she is sells yarn for a company called A Knit Story that is here in Norway, and the concept is that they have she goes around to people's houses, and the people that live there invite their friends, and she tells them about the yarn and sells yarn from A Knit Story and a lot of patterns and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's great. So I got a gift card from her for some yarn and pattern at A Knit Story, and I chose a pattern called Virvel Coat, and I don't know if it's in English, those patterns from A Knit Story. Maybe I can write the link for their store. They also have an online store, so I can put the link for that store below the episode. Anyways, I'm going to knit a Virvel Coat. It's a long jacket or a coat, very beautiful with like a twist on the back of the coat. It's so nice. My friend has knitted that coat for herself, and it's so beautiful. So I chose this beautiful color called Cognac. It's Eco Highland wool, and also with this together with it, which is 100% baby alpaca. So I am so looking forward to have that coat. Yeah. And for Christmas, she was so nice. She gave me 2 kits. One kit for a hat and one kit for mittens. They're called Virrevapp hat and Virrevapp mittens in this colorway. So I'm going to have a matching set with coat, mittens and hat. So that's so fun. So thank you so much, Lisa. That was amazing. What a beautiful present. So next winter I'm going to be so matching. also from her last year, I bought a knitting kit for a t-shirt called Hjertevenn, Heart Friend, directly translated. It's a t-shirt with hearts or hearts knitted on, not in a different colorway, but with a whole pattern, and it makes hearts. So it's very nice, and I wanted to knit it for my sister for Christmas, but I didn't get that far. So maybe for her birthday in June, I hope. Yes, so I bought this mint color, and the yarn is called Retwist Cotton. Yeah, it's 80% cotton, 20% polyester. So that is going to be a present for my sister, hopefully for her birthday, at least for Christmas. Yeah, but it's a t-shirt, so it would be nice to give it her for summer. I am also going to knit a sea glass tee in the advent calendar colors that I got in December. My advent calendar is from a Norwegian dyer called Fortuna, and the lady that is coloring or is dyeing the yarn, she is so good. She's called Ellen, and she dyes the most amazing yarn. So here it is, and it's full glory, and it's going to be a sea glass tee, hopefully. She made fade sets, so 5 mini skeins was a fade. So you can see, ooh, I'm sorry for the noise, but ooh, hello. These are fade. You can see it. These are fade. Yeah. And yeah, it's a bit mixed, but these at least are fade. So 5 mini skeins are fade. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use another yarn together with this or only knit the sea glass tee in this yarn. I saw the Love in Stitches podcast, Nitty Natty. She has another yarn together with her mini skeins. So I might do that, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Okay, I think I am soon finished with all this yarn with the plan projects. I have one more, and it's a sock set I bought at the knitting festival in October. It's called Hibernation House Socks by Lindsay Fowler, and this was a kit with the pattern and the yarn together. So this is so gorgeous. Merino sock, and this is Surrey alpaca silk. Who needs a dog when you have this beautiful yarn you can pet? Crazy lady here. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's going to be a beautiful pair of socks for myself one day. Ooh, it's a lot of yarn here. Yes, so that's all the yarn that has a plan. But of course I have a lot of skeins that I don't really know what I'm going to use for. I have a lot of single skeins because, you know, they are all so gorgeous, and I just had to have them like this from Spötegarn. and it's sparkling and it's gold, and I was in a Christmas mood, Christmas spirit when I saw this. So maybe I will save it for some December knitting this year, who knows. Maybe a shawl for Christmas next, not next year, this year. We'll see. And a couple of skeins from Kvitlamme. Yeah, who knows. They are both sock yarns, so, but I don't know. They're so nice. Can I use them for socks? We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And I also have this beautiful, beautiful yarn, hand spun from the lovely Brie in the Doodlebug Yarn Co. So these are also going to be something beautiful. I think maybe in a sweater, but I haven't found the right project for it yet, so we'll see. But so far I'm just enjoying watching the yarn. Ooh. Yes. And of course, when there are yarn on sale, I sometimes get a bit eager and I buy yarn without a plan. And before I started this podcast and before I watched or got into the Instagram, the knitting Insta, I always bought yarn with a plan, but not anymore. Or I try so hard not to buy yarn without a plan because it's so stupid. But this was on sale for only 10 Norwegian kroners per ball. That's not so much. That's I don't know, $1 maybe. Yeah. Drop spell. I bought several of this so I can make myself a summer top or something, but I don't know what top. And also this drops bomull lean cotton blended with something else, lean. Yeah, linen, cotton and linen. Black, I don't know why I bought it, but I really wanted to try this yarn, and there were only this black colorway left, so I bought 10 of this because it was so cheap. Also for a summer garment of some sorts, I don't know. We'll see. Yes, and I have lots more of single skeins, and yeah. And of course I have a lot of yarn that are left after projects. So yeah, I actually took and found out how much yarn I actually have in my stash. So yarn with a plan is 366.1 gram. The yarn that don't have a plan, whole skeins and whole yarn balls, are 4,283.9 grams, and the leftover yarn is 2,548.05 grams. So I have 15 kilos, 190.05 grams. So a little bit over 15 kilos in my stash. And that's just a little bit of yarn. But I have seen a couple of Norwegian podcasters these last few days after the new year, and I don't have a big stash. Some of them have 50 kilos, so I'm good. But I would anyway like to knit up some of this fabulous yarn that I have in my collection. That would be really, really nice. So a goal I have is it's not a goal, it's something I'm going to do. Yes, I have to do. I have a few projects that I didn't finish in 2021 that I have to finish before I start anything else, except the things for the prizes for the raffle thing for my church. I have to knit them now, but otherwise I'm not going to start any other projects for myself before I am finished with the things that I have from last year. And I have not knitted on these things since before December, because in December and November also, I think, I knitted on Christmas gifts and Christmassy things like the Christmas balls and the Santa Claus and stuff like that. Yeah. But I have the No Frills sweater from designed by Petite Knit in yarn that I have dyed myself. It only has one more yarn left and then it's done. So that is just a few hours of knitting. So that's going to be done soon. Hopefully before my next episode, which is not going to be it's not going to be so many days before my next, or maybe I should say weeks, just in case. A couple of weeks before my next episode, and I have to absolutely finish this. I am going to finish this before my next episode. I promise myself and you. And what else do I have? I haven't really looked in these bags since October, November. What's this? Oh, it's my overvintering sweater by Aftenstrikk. And this is a pattern that you can also get in English on Ravelry. It's really beautiful sweater pattern. Yeah. And I haven't come that far on this project, but I am so excited to get this done. So soon, when I'm done with the No Frills, I am going to knit on this. Yeah, it's in Rauma Finull yarn, and I think that's a Norwegian wool, and I think it's one of the yarns that I love the most, even though this is my first project in this yarn. But it's so soft, it smells like sheep, and I think maybe if you're very itchy, it's probably not the yarn for you, but it's so, when I'm knitting this pattern, it's so even, and that's not my doing, because you know me in color work. If you've been here watching me before, you know color work is not my strong suit, but this is turning out nice, I think. So excited to keep knitting on this. And I only have one more project, so it's only 3. That's kind of amazing. The last one is here. And it's the Uptown Shawl by Susie Hauman. Not knitted too much on this. It's not, I haven't gotten very far, but it's going to be nice. And I am knitting this in beautiful hand-dyed yarn by Brie in the Doodlebug Yarn Co. Or, yeah. So, can't wait to finish this as well. It's going to be really nice. Yes. So that's what I have to finish before I can start anything else. But that I am going to do. Yes. Then I think we are on to acquisitions. I haven't bought anything since last time. No, I've been good. But I have gotten some yarny Christmas presents. I got the 2 knitting kits from a friend, as I told you. Some mittens and a hat kit in this beautiful color. And I think it was in August or something. Yeah, the dyer that has dyed the advent calendar that I show you, they put out a Christmas surprise box that I really wanted. And I asked my husband if it was okay that I ordered it and wrote from him, from him, as a Christmas gift from him to me. And he said, yeah, sure. I made it easy for him this year. He didn't have to find anything for me because I fixed it, and that's perfect. And it's the wrong box. So I got this box in the mail with a beautiful band on and card. And I opened it on Christmas Eve because we open gifts on Christmas Eve here in Norway, not Christmas Day. So, yeah. And it is so gorgeous. Sorry for the noise. So there was a sock pattern together with the box for this winter socks. It's a winter meadow socks, something like that. And it's the lady who has dyed the yarn is the same lady who has designed this sock pattern. That's fun. So I got this gorgeous soft yarn, and it's silke yak. It's 50% mulberry silk, 50% yak. So this is so shiny and beautiful, and I love the color. Don't know what it's going to become. It's I have 800 meters here, so that could be enough for something garment-like. We'll see. I might see what other people make with this yarn. Yeah. And I got this sock yarn, TK weight, and this mini skein together with this. So this is probably going to be these socks, I think. Yeah. And also, last but not least, beautiful set, which is sock yarn. Sorry, goes a bit slow up here sometimes. This is sock yarn, and this is mohair, or kid mohair, and silk. Oh, 70% fine kid mohair and 28% silk. So I'm not sure what I'm going to make with this either, but look at these colors. Ah, beautiful. So happy with this Christmas surprise box. It was best present ever. What a good job my husband did. So, be happy. Sorry. And I got a Yarny nail. Summer in Summer Knits. She asked if someone wanted to, or if anyone wanted a Christmas card in the mail. And I thought that was so nice. I love to get things in the mail, and a Christmas card is not something I get too often, so I said yes please, and of course I sent her one as well. So I got this beautiful card in the mail from Summer, but I didn't get only that. I got this gorgeous yarn, because she wrote that she was doing some stash sharing, and what a great and kind way to share some yarn. Yeah, so thank you so much, Summer. It was really kind of you, and I am excited to try this. This is a wool blend, 162 grams, and with a little Christmas stitch marker as well. So excited to find a project for this. And I also got some beautiful pearl-like stitch markers. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, beautiful. So thank you so much, Summer. This was such a nice surprise, and I actually got this on Christmas Eve. So I was so lucky that I could open a present on Christmas Eve. So my kids was a little bit jealous, but that was such a nice surprise the day before Christmas Eve to get in the mail. So thank you so much, Summer. And if you haven't checked out Summer Knits on YouTube, I really recommend that you do. It's such a nice podcast, so inspiring. So a recommendation there. All right, my coffee is now cold because I talk too much. But if you are still here after all this yarn chat, then thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you being here. It means a lot to me. Yeah, having this contact with the knitting community and other people that enjoy yarn and knitting. Yeah, love that we can inspire each other and yeah, talk about what we love. I'm losing my voice now, so maybe it's time to say goodbye. I have made a little picture collage, you might say, of some of the things that I knitted last year. I'm going to spare you all the 62, but I've chosen a few. Inspired by Magda and Magda Knits, another podcast I really recommend. So inspired by her, because I loved to watch what she had knitted last year. So I have made something similar with the things I have knitted last year. So I hope you enjoy that, and I'll see you very soon, I hope. Have a beautiful weekend, have a beautiful week whenever you are watching this. Take care of yourself, enjoy all the yarn, all the knitting, all the yarny goodness, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!